why Kundalini Yoga only? Did you take the teacher training for other courses like, nowadays aerial yoga is so much in trend, and, people say you need to do pranayama every day, or vinyasa, or yin yang, or other forms of yoga. So did you take training or try other forms of yoga and then decided that Kundalini is for me?
I did all the forms. Whatever names you took, I did almost all of them. And the thing is that I realized that with those practices, what was happening was that my body was getting more aligned. I was understanding alignment. I was understanding, stretching, opening up the body. All that was happening. But the way Kundalini Yoga just goes straight into your soul, even in one session, I can tell you hundreds of stories of people's experiences, that, like even in my class. I'll give you one story actually. So then this one girl came to me last month, and she called up and she took an appointment. She said, I want to see you. And I didn't remember her. She said, I'd done one class with you. I said, sure, come. So she came and she met me. And then she came and she just said, can I give you a hug? I said, sure. It was fine, we can give me a hug. She said, I just came to thank you. I said, why? What happened? She said, I did your class a year ago. I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't remember. So she said, I did your class 1 year ago. Now she's a supermodel. Like she works for Inega and all these international brands and all. And she said, I was modeling at that time, and I'm still modeling. And my father had passed away. 2 years before I did your class, my father had passed away, and I loved him very much. She said, for 2 years, every night I used to cry. The whole day I used to be sad because I missed him so much. I was very close to my father. And I just missed him terribly. And I every night I used to go to bed, missing him, talking to him in my sleep. But that one class I did with you, that one session, I stopped crying. I just wanted to thank you for it. So this is how powerful Kundalini Yoga is. It can really go into your soul so fast in one session. Some people need 2, some people need 5, some people need 10. It depends, but it's as fast and as direct as anything can be. There's one very famous teacher. He's actually, I think his name is Mike Russell, something like that. And he has a very famous quote on Kundalini Yoga. He calls it the crack cocaine of yoga. He's saying it's a drug. It's like a drug. He's saying once you do it, it's something that you have to do for the rest of your life.
I can actually believe him, Mike Russell, for saying that, because I have myself experienced it with you in the past 2 days, and I did not believe or even know about, I was not aware about this form of yoga. And after my second session, I broke down and I had tears, and I want to do it again and again. I want to go through that procedure and make myself more stronger from inside and get to my soul. And it actually works. It's actually a washing machine. That's true. So talking about your seminars and sessions and retreats that you do throughout the world, like, you go to Mexico, you're going to Prague, you do retreats in India and all over the world. But which country people do you think are more inclined towards Kundalini, or more aware of it, or more, inclined towards doing it? Is there any particular country that you feel that, okay, people from this country are more aware about Kundalini?
Well, Russia has a big community. In fact, when I go to Russia now, I have sessions for Russian Kundalini Yoga teachers. The teachers come to, even the number of teachers that come, I get surprised. Like 150 teachers, that come for my class. And so it's a huge community, because you imagine if there are so many teachers, how many students there must be.
Of course.
Even students-wise, when I teach in cities, I teach in Kazan, and I teach in Chelny in Russia. So Russia has a big community. Surprisingly, China now has a Kundalini Yoga community, and it's just growing. It's growing so fast everywhere. Like now, for the first time, after 2 weeks, I'm going to Lithuania. Just before I teach in Prague, I'll be teaching for the first time in Lithuania.
Wow.
And at the end of August, I'm teaching in Istanbul for the first time again.
Wow.
So, and once you teach there again, it's the same thing. It's if once they experience it, it's the same thing. It's a drug. Then they want it again, and they want it again. They want it again, and it's just beautiful.